Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all the Akim, the 144,000, and the rest of the elect. This is, I think this will be titled, The Daughters of My People Have Become Cruel. Something shorter. But, hey, this is just showing the state of our people, the state of Israel. Our women, especially the Southern Kingdom women, but the Northern Kingdom also, they do not know how to be mothers. They are fully immersed in these curses. Like our people their women are cruel. That's the point. They're evil. They only care about themselves. The same thing with our men. Everything is topsy-turvy. We're supposed to be a very caring, nurturing people, but we're not. So let me just go ahead and get straight into this article. It says, Mom, 26, charged after accidentally baking her 1-month-old baby in oven instead of putting her crib in. Oh, let me try to read that again. Did I read that wrong? Accidentally baking her 1-month-old baby in oven instead of putting her crib. Oh, okay, it's just a typo in Missouri. It says a mother has been charged. Look at it. Look at that beast. And that's why come on, man. Who laid with that? You ought to be ashamed of yourself just off the bat. A mother has been charged with the death of her 1-month-old baby after she allegedly accidentally placed her in the oven instead of her crib. Mariah Thomas from Kansas City, Missouri, was charged with endangering the welfare of a child after cops responding to reports of an unresponsive baby at a house on Friday afternoon. She got the smoke shirts on. Oh, yeah. Oh. The 1-month-old baby, Zariah May, was covered in burn wounds and was unresponsive when cops arrived on the scene. So I don't know if the baby lived or died, but hey, the officers from Kansas City Police Department arrived at the home around 1:30 p.m. after discovering Zariah May, who was declared dead at the scene. They launched an investigation given the circumstances of her death. The 26-year-old mother reportedly told officers at the scene that she was putting her baby down for a nap and accidentally placed her in the oven instead of the crib. You know, that's a very that's something an Edomite would say. Oh, I didn't know. I thought I put her down in it. They would let her go, whatever like that. But anyway, according to the arrest warrant, Zariah was not breathing and had burn wounds. Oh, no telling how bad that was. Her blackened clothing was melted onto her diaper. Oh. Thomas faces the Class A felony of endangering the welfare of a child in the first degree, death of a child, the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office states. We appreciate all the responders who worked in this scene and the prosecutors who went to the scene in order to issue these charges. Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker said in the statement, "We acknowledge the gruesome nature of this tragedy, and our hearts are weighted by the loss of this precious life. We trust the criminal justice system to respond appropriately to these awful circumstances." But if you look at the woman, you know, chances are the father ain't around. And you look at this woman, chances are that infant, as infinite as a child might be, or whatever, as cute as it might be, as precious as that might be, that infant, if it grew up to be here, it would have grew up raised by that mother. You've seen her. It would have grew up worse. Consider the generations. You know, each generation getting worse and worse, especially raised by the nigga woman. Like, this child would have grew up worse. Being worse than the mother. A monster. But Lord, as harsh as it sounds, hey, the Lord have mercy. by taking out that baby, at a young age, so it doesn't have to be here. And then also another thing, the fear of the Lord. The Lord can put a spirit on you to where you go and do some stuff like that. You go and kill your child. You know, it's terrible. The Lord is greatly to be feared. You know. But anyway, that's pretty much the gist of the article. We'll go ahead and get into these the precepts. This is Deuteronomy 28. I'm gonna start at verse 15. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Hey, and this is what's happened to our people, wherever we've been scattered to. It doesn't matter if you look like a so-called white person, a so-called Indian, Native American, so-called Latino, you look like a so-called Negro. If you're from the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and part of the 12 tribes, you're going to be experiencing these curses. There's no way around it. Some form of these curses or another. You might not experience all of them at the same time, which you would go completely insane. But we've experienced these curses, and this is part of the curses. So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and toward her daughter. And that's evil. That's a very evil thing. Meaning, this woman that was once a delicate thing, now she's a beast, a monster. You seen that beast woman? And I might include another clip. This lady, she had before the video starts, whatnot, she had a miscarriage, and she was in the it's supposed to be a joke or whatever like that, but she had a miscarriage, and then she's dancing, celebrating in the hospital room because, I had a miscarriage. Well, at least I didn't have to have to pay for an abortion or something like that. Just wicked, evil. But this lady, she had the evil eye towards her daughter. She killed her own daughter. She probably had an evil eye towards her, that man that laid with her. Probably ran him off. Probably didn't even care. Probably didn't even know who the father was. Who knows? And towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. And this happened. It happened in 70 AD. It happened in 2 Kings 6. I think it's 2 Kings 6. I'll double check. Let me see. Come on. And this here, is an example of them eating their children, but this isn't the point. I'll just move on because that's just making sure I remember the chapter and whatnot. But that's a good chapter to read because there was a famine going on, and people resorted to cannibalism. They were eating dove's dung, the jawbone of asses' heads. Like, hey, that's a heavy thing. That famines, and this is coming again soon. This is Lamentations 4 and 2. The precious sons of Zion, comparable. Oh, Salakia. Let me go ahead and start at verse 3. Lamentations 4 and 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughters of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. Hey, and our people are cruel. The daughters of our people, they are very cruel. The even the sea monsters, hey, they care for their young. Our people don't care anything about anybody except for themselves, and they don't even really care about themselves. Because if they did, it would be a different case. But they're completely about themselves. They're selfish. They're like the ostriches in the wilderness. So let me get that. Yain, ceremonially unclean animal. That's all right. But you know, an ostrich. Let me see. Maybe I can find something about that. You know what? Maybe I can find a commentary. Let me see here. Bible Hub, Lamentations 4:3. Oh, that's a big jump from those. Even the jackals feed their young from sea monsters. All right. Anyway, go to parallel commentaries. Anyway, we'll just go to the pulpit commentary. It is said of the ostriches that she leaves her eggs in the earth from Job 39 and 14 through 16, and warmeth them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. The description is literally true if we add a detail not mentioned by the sacred poet. The eggs destined for hatching are deposited in a nest hole, scratched in the sand, but there are other eggs laid, not in the sand, but near it, to all appearance forsaken. These eggs, however, are not exposed in simple stupidity, though they do often fall victims to violence. They are intended for the nourishment of the newly hatched young ones, which in barren districts would at first find difficulty procuring food. So, in other words, our women, they put the children in danger. In other words, Lord willing, this is edifying, but our our women are unfit mothers, to put that simply. They need to learn how to be mothers, you know. So, hey, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to say shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all the Akim doing this work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.